Hello everybody, welcome back into another video. Today we're hopping in this little game called Autonauts, which is actually free on itch.io. Link to that will be in the description if you guys want to check it out. But pretty much what it is this nifty little game where our goal in life is to automate the world. But before we can do that, we gotta actually begin by doing some stuff we're pretty used to doing here. Crafting, surviving out in the open, and a little bit of that, but eventually it's gonna get pretty cool and we're gonna start doing a lot more advanced stuff. So the first thing we can do here is craft an axe or a shovel. I'm gonna craft the axe after a funny little noise, dude. It kind of sounds like not Waka Flocka, like Pac-Man. I was thinking of Waka Waka Waka, but over here we can head on over to the tree. Okay, maybe not that. Maybe when we craft the pickaxe, it'll sound a little bit more like that. But I swear, something sounds not like Waka Flocka, but like Pac-Man in the game. But anyways, as you can see here, now that we've crafted up this axe, we can go around chopping down some of these pine trees and they will drop these logs. Now these logs are gonna be pretty useful for what we're trying to do, but for now we're gonna go ahead and chop some of those down, showcase that, and now that we got some of those basics behind us, if we hit the E button, we have some different buildings that we can do, and there's quite a lot of building here, and that's what really interested me. Just this game seems so interesting, especially for a nifty little free game. I thought, okay, we gotta check this out. I hope you guys are cool with that. Anyways, what we can do is, one of the big things we actually have to do is start by doing flooring, because a lot of our building is going to have to take place on flooring, and I've kind of done a boo-boo because there is a stick on my floor. Am I gonna chop it down or am I picking it up? No? Okay, well I can also drop my axe. I'm probably just gonna do that here so it's a little bit easier. Probably craft up another one. We'll have an extra, and now that I've cleared that area out, why don't we get that second simple floor down. Now these are building blueprints. If I click on them, you can see what we need to throw on them for them to happen. So if I click on one of these logs right now, I'll actually end up chopping it into planks, and if I click on a plank, I chop it down into a pole. And I wonder, can I chop down? No, poles are the lowest that it goes. I've messed around with the game a little bit, so I wasn't a clueless dingus when I started, but I'm by no means an expert, but I'm expert enough to have some fun in it with you guys. Let me know what you think of it, by the way, too, through like the likes, that type of stuff, through comments, any of that. Let me know what you think. I'm always interested to see if you guys want more, any of that. But why don't we hop on over on some of these logs and start dropping them off to the simple floor. We left click on the mouse to pick up, and we right click to drop off, and boom shakalaka, we got ourselves a couple handy dandy foundations. Now with some items you can actually pick up multiple, but logs are not one of those. I'll actually showcase that. We got a couple sticks there I could probably really quickly show it. Or actually I could just probably show it with the poles, but we pick up the pole, we can stack the poles. Unfortunately, I don't really care about that. So now we've dropped the poles and that's it going. So the next thing that I want to do here is start building the bench saw, which is going to be pretty important for well, crafting some stuff. Did I do the crude bench saw? Uh-oh, no, I did the wrong one. So there's multiple ones that can kind of mess things up here, so I gotta get rid of this. But I mean, I guess this is kind of perfect, so I can showcase you guys what happens if you misplace or something. So if you misplace something, you right click on it and it should disappear. It's not happening. Whatever, I guess we'll just have the bench saw, the better bench saw there for when we need it. But we gotta start off by doing the crude bench saw, which is going to, as you could probably guess from the title, be a lot more on the crude side. I'll go ahead and plop that down there. As you can see, you can't just plop it down on the dirt. There are some types of buildings that you can plop on the dirt, but this is not one of them. So this is gonna be a bit easier to craft. It takes logs, planks, and stone, whereas that takes logs, planks, and a metal saw blade. Unfortunately, that metal saw blade is not something we have easy access to, at least this early on in the game, but we should pretty soon. So now we just gotta go ahead and pick up some things, like we can pick up a stone. I think it needs a plank. Let's see if we can pick up a plank too. No, I don't think we can. So we'll drop off the stone. We probably gotta pick up an axe, chop up a couple of these logs. Looks like every log seems to give like 2 planks or something, and then there are pine trees and stuff, and this is being weird. There we go. For some reason, it wasn't letting me click for a sec there. And as soon as we get that log down, nope, I don't want to click on the actual like little title box. I want to click on this stuff. Awesome. So I'm gonna drop that off. You can also, if you have multiple things in your inventory, you can actually cycle through them, but I'm not exactly doing that right now. But like if I pick up a plank, I can hit I, that's my inventory. I got 2 of them, and if I could try to pick up the axe. I guess it depends. I don't know. Some things you can have a lot more of in your inventory, some you can't. But for example, I can move that into my inventory right there. You can see my hand's pretty empty. We can move it back there. It's pretty chill, pretty fun. Okay, so let's keep on continuing this. We just gotta get a couple planks down. And we are going to need some logs. So this is gonna be a pretty labor-intensive task, but at the end of the day, I think it's really gonna pay off. And you gotta right-click twice to drop off both if you have like multiple in your hand. So why don't we pick up this axe? We're gonna use it. We gotta get, I think, 2 logs, right? Yeah, we just need 2 logs. So we'll chop down a couple of those. And this time we're actually gonna try putting the crude axe away into our inventory. So this way we don't have to, you know, go worry about picking it up. There are tree seeds and stuff, which I think we can craft or do something with. I can't even put it down at this point. I have done a boo-boo. Hello. Well, I don't know what the hell's happening with the trees. Maybe we gotta put it in there? I don't know how the hell to plant this seed. Maybe we gotta like automate someone to do it. So in the meantime, Mr. Tree Seed, please never be seen again. Go into my back pockets, never come back until I figure out what to do with you. But this crude bench saw is coming along very nicely. 1 more log to go, and we ought to be pretty good to go. And as soon as he delivers that, I love how adorable he is when he like moves up and down and stuff. I don't know. And then that builds, and voila, we have the crude bench saw. Now the next thing we're gonna go ahead and try to create is going to be the worker assembly, because this can be put anywhere, as you can probably see, and this is going to be a very important tool. It's gonna be pretty labor intensive. Well, actually not even that bad. We might need to explore out a little bit. We can explore as well. You can see these dark areas. We don't see nothing. There are also these babies on the ground. I have not yet figured out why there are babies in the wilderness, but I will hopefully let you guys know when something happens with that. But you can also see a couple of the different zones here. You got like metal deposits and all that, and I'm actually just sending my guy wandering around really quickly so we can discover a couple places. But you can see metal deposits, which should give us raw ores, which we can then smelt down in a clay furnace or something like that. There's grass, there's mushrooms, there's a bunch of different stuff. Oh, there's even a cow! Oh, what up, cow? How you doing? Anyways, I've explored pretty much a 3x3 here in the grid. You can see though, it's pretty, is that lava? Yo. It says tree soil. It probably is tree soil. I want to believe it's lava though. Well, I mean, there's clay too. Clay's probably gonna be pretty important. Whatever. We're gonna continue. Oh, what is this? Weed? Oh man. Well then, that escalated quickly. I think it means like, I don't think it's that type of weed though. I think it's just weed that kind of, you know, grows in the garden and stuff. Okay, back on topic. Let's get our little worker man. He's done a good amount of exploring. Let's bring him back home. We got to get logs, planks, and poles back up. We'll pick up the second axe. And how much do we need of each? Probably gonna have to chop down 4 trees by the looks of it, because each plank gives 2 poles. Each log gives 2 planks. And each plank gives 2 poles. So I think 4 should be plenty. Then we just gotta chop 2 of them apart. And we ought to be good to go. And then just for 1 of them, we gotta chop down 1 of the planks here. Well, oh, I think that's another thing too. Our things that we do use do have durability as well. So we do have to keep an eye out. But for now, let's get them going for the worker assembly. And what this does is this allows us to create more, well, people like him. Because these are, I don't know what their full name of it. They have like a more complicated full name, but they're just called Autonauts, and their goal in life is literally to automate everything. So we can get more of these guys and actually start to automate them, and we don't have to like manually tell them to do stuff. They will begin doing this by themselves, which is really where the awesomeness starts coming into play. So let's drop off that log. Kind of a little bit like colony survival, but kind of different perspective. It's not first person, and also I think a couple of different what else is, well, first let's put the crude axe down. Let's chop this thing apart. There we go. Woo! And now let's put the crude axe away, pick those things up, and start putting those away. What was I saying though? I was talking about something. I totally forgot, dude. My mind wanders way too, kind of like colony survival. That's what I was saying, because we are able to automate a bunch of stuff. And here you can see what we're able to create: a crude worker or a basic worker. As you can see, the basic worker is a little bit more advanced. He requires a gear. In this budget world, I don't think we can afford that. So we can use a crude gear instead. So in order to craft this thing, we are going to need to create a basic workbench. That's just over here. This is one of the things that we have to have on the simple flooring. Go ahead and plop that thing on down there. We'll head on over to it. It's gonna take a couple more logs. Oh mama, that's a lot of poles. Okay, we could probably just chop these 2 things apart. Or we probably gotta put, yeah, I totally forgot we did. Nope, there, no, wait, how's this, what, can I drop it? Nope, hello, crap, okay, wait. I did this in the worst way. Okay, we gotta drop it. Now that's been dropped, go back to my inventory, get the axe, chop it up. I don't know why it still says plank there. That's an unfortunate glitch. Can I put that? Will that, hello? There's just the plank there. Okay, after a relatively quick restart, it looks like we're back in business, and that magical square seems to have disappeared. Hallelujah, that things were getting weird. I'm just gonna start dropping the axe so we don't have to go into our inventory and stuff, but as you can see, we can actually stack up the poles pretty damn high, so we can get all 4 of them straight into the workbench. We're gonna have to find a couple stones. That shouldn't be too awful to do, as I struggle to find them. Oh, no, it's okay. We got a couple here. I love how, like, the grass bounces, too. That's, like, a lot of the small details and how awesome this game is for, like, a nifty little free game. And especially compared to, like, Colony Survival. Like, Colony Survival actually costs money, right? So, if you can settle for, like, the little top-down view, I think you might, if you like Colony Survival, you might like this, and that's why I wanted to really do this for you guys, because it has a lot of that kind of automation, doing our own type of shindig deal. And speaking of that, we actually got a couple of logs, a little bit. Is that cow pooping? Holy crap. That's a lot of crap. Do you guys see how much there is? You get back to dropping stuff off. Dude, for every 2 grass he eats, he poops. No, just kidding. The grass regrows. And just, it doesn't grow back where the poop's left over? I don't know. I don't know what I'm seeing here. Ooh, this is a fresh water source, it looks like. Oh no, that's deep water. Deep sea water. I wonder if deep water is gonna be important maybe for making sure people can keep up with it. I don't know, but now that we got this thing good to go, what we want to do is craft up a crude gear. That's gonna take literally a plank. Shouldn't be too hard. We chop down a tree. Well, actually no, we just chop down this log. Even easier, less tree chopping. Actually, we could just use the log over here. To hell with it, let's just grab this plank up there. I'm probably gonna forget about it and I noticed it now, so might as well. Bring it back here. We'll have the crude gear. We'll throw it in there. And we also got to get the planks and the poles, but the crude gear was like the new part here. And we're going to get to assemble a worker. And this is where stuff gets pretty exciting, because I have yet to assemble a worker. This is about the furthest I've gotten in like exploring the game. So all after this is new turf. This is that new territory. And why don't we chop up a couple of these planks? We'll get the 4 poles. Then we gotta chop down 4 planks. That's gonna be 2 logs, which is 2 trees. So we'll do that. But for now, we'll handle the pole situation. There we go. Pick up all of them. Stack them. Dude, he looks so goofy just carrying around like all 4 poles. I don't know what it is, but just look at that little dude. Look at him go. Yeah, and then you can see they gotta put stuff into the designated spot. They gotta move specifically there, and then stuff will specifically come out of there. Okay, so now all we gotta do now is get the other 2. What? There's some logs lying about. Ooh, I wonder. We still have the pickaxe? No, we don't. Oh, did our axe? Oh no, it didn't break. I just didn't pick it up. What I was gonna say, I wonder if we can carry 4 planks, because we can do 1 log and 4 poles. So I wonder if it's only gonna limit us to 2 planks, or if we might be able to handle more. Because we got 2 logs here ready to go. We just gotta chop them up. Chop up the second one, we should be able to head on over next. Anyways, you know what I totally forgot to wish you guys? A fan-freaking-tastic day. I'm so sorry it's taken me this long, and... Oh no, he can stack! Sweet mama! This man's the plank mover! Look at him! Look at him go! Oh my goodness! But anyways, I hope you guys are having absolutely a fan-freaking-tastic day. It's a great Sunday. I released the Horde video for 7 Days to Die that I know a lot of you guys were hyped up for, and it was pretty fun. So if you're wondering about that, that's out just in case. But ooh, the gears are turning, and we got a crude worker. Hello, crude worker. So now what we can do is our new ability where we hit space and we whistle, and this is Joanne. So we can click on Joanne over here and we can trade something with her, or we can teach something to her. So what I think I want to do is go ahead and trade her an axe. Unfortunately, I don't think I have that, so I'm gonna go ahead and craft one up really quickly. But this is where the automation begins, and this is where we hopefully start doing a little bit less work and start relying on Joanne, and hopefully soon to be Joanne's brothers and sisters, to do some work. So now instead of us having to go out and do everything, what I'm gonna try to do is teach Joanne to chop logs and hopefully bring them back. I don't know if that's possible, but that's the goal. So what we can do is head over to her. Nope, just kidding. We gotta hit space, we gotta click on her, and we gotta trade something with her. So what I'm gonna do is give the basic worker a crude axe. Now, you can see the axe appears in his hand, and what we can do now is click teach. Nope. Oh my god, did not mean to pick you up. I am so sorry. So now we're gonna go ahead and try to teach her how to do something. And now we gotta do this. We need our own axe to do this. And speak of the oh, there's all the stones. All right, we gotta go a little bit north for a sec. But we're gonna teach her how to do something. So what you can do is teach your Autobots roll out. Oh my, not Autobots. Autonauts? Autobots? Close enough, man. Close enough. What you can do is once you whistle them and you want to teach them something, what I'm gonna do here is hit whistle. Click on that, teach, and awaiting instructions. So what I want to do is go over here and chop down a tree. So I'm going to chop down the tree. I'm going to drop that, pick up the log, and bring it back to here. Oh wait, no. There might be something a little bit better. For now, this will do. There we go. Okay. Go. So now what he should be able to do is go around, chop down trees, and bring back the ensuing logs. That's the plan, at least. You didn't get any logs from there. And also, I think his axe may have broken. Or maybe he's awaiting instructions. Oh, no, he was waiting. Okay, he picked up the log and he dropped it. Well, this has backfired. What I'm gonna try to do instead is do something a little bit ballsy. So first, we gotta build something. Mainly general storage, because these are things that they can interact with. And I want them to interact with some general storage, because I think that this is gonna be very good. So we have general storage, like, right about here. That'll be like the center-ish of town. To build that, we just gotta get some planks in there. I'll probably just go chop down my own tree. That cow is going ham. Jesus. He's fertilizing the hell out of that field. But we'll go ahead and chop down the pine tree. Get the second log back. Okay, and now that they've been chopped, I'm gonna drop this thing back. Pick up the planks. Pick up another plank. Pick up another plank. And pick up another plank. And put them all into the general storage. So this thing is built. And voila! We have storage. So, take 2 of trying to show her how to do something. I might actually maybe craft up a couple crude axes, because I know that they can break, but at the same time I do want her just chopping stuff down and bringing the logs back. So we'll do that. I'm also gonna go and pick up another one of these. There we go. Gorgeous. Another crude axe. Go back, we'll whistle. Hello, Joanne. It's time for take 2. Hopefully this works. We got the crude axe. Boom shakalaka. Okay. Joanne, it's time to teach you how to do something. Okay. We are going to go and chop down a tree. She will follow this, and we will chop. We will drop off the axe, pick up the log, put it back into general storage. Sweet mama, let this work. Here you can see like the worker's brain, everything they're thinking. And then we will pick the crude axe back and repeat. Maybe go. Hopefully that works. I hope the repeat just tells her to do it a ton. Well, she's on a pine tree. Joanne, what the hell? Okay, Joanne's running low on battery. I didn't even know this was a thing. I will chop down the tree for you, Joanne. You apparently are struggling. She's literally just moving to trees. I don't know where I went wrong, but Joanne now thinks that she's a tree. God damn it. I think Joanne just died. Joanne? Do I have to, like... You good, Joanne? Okay. Stop that. Time to listen. Time to teach you something. You go. You chop down the tree. You put down your thing. You pick up the log. You drop off the log. Come on, I believe in you. I believe in you. And then you pick up the crude axe. And you take things from there. Go! Let there be light! Let there be trees. Alright, I'm just gonna go nice and simple with Joanne. I'm going to chop down a tree. Go. Just, can you do that for me? Okay, she learned how to chop. Good stuff. Okay, so the first one here, that's all that she did. Okay. I'm gonna tell her to chop down a tree. Joanne, you good there? Okay. No, wait, hold on. Joanne, you listening? Okay, I'm gonna teach you something here. We're going to chop down the tree. And we're gonna do that last action a ton of times. Yes. Go. Can you do that for me? Can you chop down these trees repeatedly? Whoa, mama, we've done it. Joanne is a tree chopping prodigy. With this done, it is now time for another worker. That means planks and poles. Luckily, we got a ton of these things. What does, oh no, she's out of an axe. Okay, we got a couple axes. Joanne's still being Joanne over here. So hold on, Joanne, I got you something, girl. Joanne, yeah, trade with me. I got you on, the crude axes. Go back to work, baby girl. Go back to doing your thing. Okay, now you're out of battery. I just gotta click on you. I guess that recharges them. Interesting, but okay. And with that, Joanne will continue being a serial chopper. Oh, look at that. I actually have a, I forgot about this axe over here. I'll go ahead and pick that thing up. And now let's see if we can further the automation at least a little bit. So what I'm thinking that we do is get the crude axes. I want to get one more worker. I want one worker that picks up logs and brings them back to base. I think that that's gonna be fair, so what we gotta do for that is get 4 planks, 4 logs, but with all these things chopped down, I mean, it's gonna be a lot easier than how it was before, so I'm not even that worried. Drop everything off, pick up the poles. We'll have to bring those back, and hopefully with this... Oh, I forgot we gotta make the crude gear. Whatever. Well, I'm gonna try to at least get this second, thingy-mabob working. Not second thingy-mabob, second person working, and I want them bringing back the logs, and then hopefully we'll have a steady stream of stuff. Now, here's the problem, though. I think I have to discover new patches of trees for this type of stuff to happen, and at that point, I feel like I also have to figure out... Where are you going? Oh, just looking... Oh, no. Out of axes already? I hope there's not one in your inventory, Joanne. I'm gonna be salty. I wish there was a way to tell him. Maybe there is. But I wish there was a way to tell him that, like, yo, just go pick one up or something. Or, like, go craft one. That'd be super handy. Whatever. In the meantime, let's get the rest of these planks. Joanne, shut up. Can you just run out of battery or something? I don't want to deal with your crap. All right, Joanne? You gotta chill, girl. You got to chill. Want to get you a brother that can at least move some logs, and then we'll save it from there. If you guys want to see more, please go ahead. Let me know in the comment section. If you think that there could be more potential, if you think that I'm a dingus, please let me know. I accept my dingitude through and through. All right? I'm proud to be a dingus. You cannot take that away from me. But this thing, oh my God, you gotta shut up. And we can do that. But that's why all these structures are here, because stuff like the workbench too, I think we can even craft stone axes and stuff, so that should be able to be automated. And I think that Joanne might run out of battery soon, so Joanne, please shut up, run out of battery, and go back to doing your thing. Also, I don't know why I brought the plank there. We gotta make a gear first. And with the gear made, we can grab that, go back to here, and whatnot. But yeah, I think this game definitely has a lot of cool potential as a YouTube series. Maybe not, who knows, but we do have the second crude worker. Dora, my girl, I'm gonna teach you something really easy. Your job is to pick up logs and drop them off, all right? You pass butter. What is your purpose? You pass logs, okay? Repeat, go. Pick up them logs, girl. Pick up them logs. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, go get it. Yeah. What? What? Holy hell, Joanne is swole. Well, at this rate, we ought to have a lot of logs stored up, which is going to be awesome. But Joanne, sweet mama, you are the mover. This person ran out of battery. Hallelujah for that. But as you can see, we do have kind of the beginnings of our operation going, which is awesome. And some automation will happen. And from there, if we get more worker bots, we can do stuff like craft... craft stuff, and then I wonder if there's a way, see, this is where I need your guys' help. Maybe you guys could explore the game a little bit, but is there any way to tell these guys if they run out of an axe or something to go pick up a new one? So what I'm thinking we do is we continue having this person be a mover that doesn't even take any tools, right? The only tools that we have here is Dora the chopper. Is that Dora or is that Joanne? I don't know. So Joanne's got to chop stuff down. She needs an axe. So what I want is a third person who will then take the stuff from the storage and put it into the workbench, and then take whatever comes out of the workbench back into the storage or something, and people can grab it out of there. Something like that. I don't know, but I think something like that could be pretty cool. If you guys want to help out with that, please let me know in the comments if it's possible, or go ahead and let me know any awesome things you've done in this game as well. Like I said, it's free. It doesn't look like you need, you know, GeForce Titan to run it. I mean, maybe, like, that's, I don't know. Those are some pretty high-res skins, especially that mushroom. I've never seen a mushroom so high quality, but, you know, it need to be pushing it, but no, I'm kidding. I think you ought to be good. You ought to be good. All right, and if you got a Titan anyway, well, you got this, girl. You know, something like that. Do I just click on you to make you stronger, or do I just have to prepare to click on you? I don't know. And also, I gotta figure out what all these kids are for. Apparently, you're supposed to make them happy. Can I not? Oh no, I picked up a child. Well, yeah, but we just click on them, that puts them back to work. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think of the game. If you think it's cool, if you want to see more, any of that jazz. If not, go ahead and let me know that in the comment section as well. I want to make videos that you guys want to watch, and at the end of the day, you know, we're a community. I want to do awesome stuff with y'all, so if you guys want to scheme up any awesome ideas in here, please go ahead and share them with me. But other than that, I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up for me for now. Thank you guys a whole ton for watching. Have yourselves a fan-freaking-tastic day, and don't let your babies be sad. Look at how sad that baby is. Look at the baby. Look at it!